Hey, so I've personally sold, or I've had my sales teams see over $19 million worth of coaching sales over the last 10 years. And I basically boiled down my 3 biggest learnings for you guys here in this video. Now, why in the crap should you even listen to this video and listen to me? My name is Taylor. I own a few companies, and my goal is actually to do a bunch of private equity and own 1,000 companies. But most of my career has been in this coaching online education space for the last 10 years. And so while selling in this space and seeing $19 million worth of sales, either that I generated or that the sales teams that were working for me generated, I wanna share some learning so you can hopefully sell some more of your coaching or education type of information product online in this year, 2024 and beyond. Numero uno, how can you make the prospect sell themselves? So this is what I encountered a lot personally, right? I felt like I was always trying to push the prospect to do what I want them to do. It's like convince, yeah, this training is super awesome. It's gonna help you do X, Y, and Z. It doesn't work super well because honestly, people don't wanna be sold and they also don't wanna be told what to do. And I realized you're supposed to ask questions that make a person tell you what they wanna do. And you can do that pretty strategically by asking the right questions. So for example, when selling fitness, instead of being like, you definitely need some accountability. Don't you think accountability would help you? They could be like, yeah, I guess that could help me. Versus I could be like, okay, now I guess the results you've seen so far, because I think you said you're 25 pounds overweight. What's maybe one of the reasons why, I don't know, you haven't seen more progress with your weight? I'm doing this, that, and the other. It's okay, hold on. So have you been doing this? Have you been doing this alone? Yeah, I've been doing this alone. Oh, gosh. Is that maybe possibly part of why you haven't been able to get where you want to get? Oh yeah, I guess it is. What would help that, where you're not going Lone Ranger on this thing, where you could actually, I don't know, get some outside help to be able to lose the weight you're wanting to lose? Yeah, if I had some accountability, that'd be really good. See, I'm like, I know the answer is accountability, but I'm asking questions to have them lean into this sale and to tell me that, because then they own it more. So you're constantly wanting to do that. You're constantly wanting to ask questions because people go opposite of where you go, right? So even at the end of sales calls, you might be like, so this is what you want to do, right? Because it's amazing. So instead you could be like, now, I guess, do you feel like if you were to do this, do you think this would take you to your goal? What are your thoughts? Yeah, I think maybe it could. Why wouldn't it take you to your goals? Why wouldn't it work? And they could be like, oh, I don't know. I think it would. Okay, well, if you think it would, like, why do you feel so convinced of that? Because this, that, and the other. So see, I'm always wanting to ask questions to get people leaning in. Now I'm giving tip of the iceberg with this. This isn't like a video for me to go in depth on scripting and sales process, but the idea is you want to ask some questions that have the prospect owning what they want to do. Typically, if you ask things of leaning away, then they'll typically lean towards you, right? Another example, if you're selling like a business opportunity, it's like, well, why start a business like this? Certainly you'd be able to maybe continue the 9 to 5, and maybe over 5 or 10 or 15 years, you'd probably be able to go up the corporate ladder and like get a good job, couldn't you? They're gonna be like, no, I don't want to climb the corporate ladder. Like, I don't want to take that long. It's, oh, okay, gosh, settle down. So you're constantly doing that, so they're leaning into the sale, and that's gonna be more effective. Okay, numero dos. Basically how to escalate a conversation, because you do want to get emotion on the table. You can't be too serious too fast. So how can you transition from chit chat, humor, to in-depth, high emotion, serious tone, serious conversation? How do you do that? Typically what I see in a sales call when people are doing sales and they don't realize that they're doing this, they're trying to get too serious too fast. So it's, hey, so the reason for the call today is I'm gonna ask you a few questions. And look, we don't wanna work with someone who's wishy-washy. So I am gonna present a solution, and all I request is a yes or no at the end, okay? We don't really do maybes because we don't work with people who do maybe. We work with people who are committed and know what they want. Just wanna make sure that you can do that. Okay, cool, so tell me about the business. Is this really hurting you right now, like deep down? And it's, wait, what? We're like 2 minutes into the conversation. You're like, you're trying to be my therapist, right? That really triggers prospects, and then you realize you don't earn any of their trust and the conversation doesn't go anywhere. What you really need to do is like what happens in real life. When you meet a new person, like you need to be casual, make it light, because it turns people off. Imagine if you're meeting a girl on a date and it's the first meet and you're like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful. I could totally just see us getting married. You're amazing. It's gonna freak her out, right? She's gonna run. Versus you wanna be cool. Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Wow, yeah, really good to see you in person. Yeah, so tell me more. What do you do for work and stuff? I'm like kind of interested. And you play it cool and it's more chit chatty. And then as time goes on, it can get more serious. Sales calls should be the same. So you get on the calls, hey, yeah, I saw you booked in the calendar, maybe for some possible help with maybe scaling up your business. Is that right? Okay, cool. Hey, this combo, super basic. Just want to understand your background. We can make sure we can help. And if we can, maybe we can talk possible steps after that. Would that work for you? Cool. So tell me about the business. What are you guys selling? Oh, you selling that? Okay. How long have you been selling that? Oh, that's amazing. Okay. And what are you guys doing for leads right now? Oh, you're doing that. Okay, nice. What got you wanting to do leads that way? Oh, we do it this way. Okay. And then as time goes on, you get 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the call. Now you can start, because you've built rapport. Now you can start going a little more deep and you can ask harder questions, right? Like consequence related questions at the end of a sales call are going to be like, look, man, like, I totally understand now, like where your business is at, and I hear what you feel like you're needing. I guess it has me really wonder if you guys aren't able to make a change with the marketing right now to get like a higher, like more qualified lead for the sales team to convert. If you don't make that change and you continue to try and push through this wall with marketing, what do you see happening with the business? And when you wait until you've built rapport and you've asked questions, you guys have had a conversation, and you can get more serious at the end. That's how these sales calls should go. Not so serious so fast at the beginning. Okay, number 3 is how to challenge prospects and have them thank you for it. Because the reality with objection handling especially is you have to know how to challenge a prospect, because the reality is they have these beliefs, and if they had the right perspective and the right beliefs, they would have solved the problem, but they haven't. And it's because their narrative, the story in their mind, is actually the wrong story. And the beliefs that they have about solving the problem is the wrong belief, and that's why they haven't solved it. They literally need you, the salesperson, to shift the perspective, give them new beliefs. So you're gonna have to challenge them. Now, how do you do that though without creating confrontation? The way that you do it is you do it without accusation. Basically, you have to take shame off the table for this person and make it be like it wasn't their fault, right? So let's say a person's, I don't really wanna make an emotional decision about this. I really wanna just like sleep on it and let my emotions come down and really think through this logically. It's, yeah, totally, and I can appreciate that. Could I just ask you a question? And obviously I don't want to offend you with this, but I'm curious about something. Yeah, sure, what is it? You mentioned you don't want to make an emotional decision, which I can appreciate. That's where you're at. If we look at the decisions that we make, I forget, are you married? Yeah, I'm married. Okay. Was that decision emotional at all, or was it just logical? No, there was some emotion there. Okay, gotcha. And then what about having children? I don't know if you have children or not yet, but having children, logically, it's like they're more expensive. They take more of your time. They can increase your stress. Why would people do it? There's an emotional reason too. And if I could highlight this, the emotional reason is to not be alone, coming back to the marriage, right? To have a legacy and to have relationship in the future, right? And to have people that you can leave the family line to. And a business is a lot like a little baby, right? And so if you were to just be logical about this, you would have never started the business, because it requires capital and heartache and difficulty and stress. So you've made all of these decisions on emotion up until this point. Would you feel like that's fair to say? Yeah, I guess I never really thought of it that way. Okay, since emotion is an important part of this, what do you actually feel you need to do for the business right now to get where you want to go? See, I've transitioned them from, I'm a logical thinker, I only think through things logically. It's no, you don't. You also think through things emotionally. But see, I need to do it in a way that doesn't create shame. Same with if you're selling fitness. They're like, yeah, I really think I can do this on my own. Okay, I appreciate that you feel that way. Could I be honest with you? And I don't want to offend you with this. Yeah, totally. I mean, you've been doing it alone up until this point and you're 35 pounds overweight. And to be honest, it's not even your fault. None of us can do this alone. We're not built to be these human organisms living on an island alone. The reason why you haven't lost the weight is because you don't have someone in your corner there to help you and hold you accountable. Can you see how that's why you're not already at your goal now? Yeah, give yourself permission that trying to do this Lone Ranger has not helped you. Would you say that's true? Yeah. So at what point are you gonna give enough grace to yourself to allow someone else to come into your world, hold you accountable because that's what you need, so you can actually lose the 35 pounds that you've been wanting to lose for several years? See, so I'm taking shame off the table. To recap these 3 things, how do you ask questions so that prospects sell themselves and you're not selling them? Number 2 is how do you escalate a conversation where it can start chit chat, humor, and then get more serious? And then 3, how can you challenge a prospect and not piss them off? Okay. Hopefully this video helped you guys and you guys can sell more. If you need more information or you want more stuff, hit me up, comment below, let me know what type of video you want and I'm happy to make it.